Hello and welcome back to my channel. My name's Rachel. So in today's video, we're gonna do the second annual Trader Joe's Fall Taste Test. I have a couple new items that I picked up this year that I want to try. I'm also gonna share with you my absolute favorites. These are my 5 stars that I keep getting year after year. And then I do have a couple honorable mentions that I did not pick up from Trader Joe's this year, but I still think are really, really good. So let's just jump right into it. Also, I want to apologize in advance. It's kind of cloudy and the window is behind you, so it's probably going to be light and then dark and light and then dark. So I'm just doing the best that I can. And Toulouse is making noises in the background and being bad, so I apologize. So just like I did 2 years ago, I'm gonna rate everything based on a 5-star rating, and 5-star is obviously going to be the best. I have my oven preheating to try the pumpkin cheesecake croissants. You're supposed to cook them for 20 minutes, so it's gonna be a little bit before we get to dive into these. And I already made these pumpkin and spice snickerdoodle cookies. It was a cookie mix. It really didn't take that long to make at all. So these are sitting next to me on the table cooling. So this is what they look like. Again, I apologize about the lighting. It's not so great right now. Literally right before I sat down to film this video, there was all this nice light streaming in here and now it has gone away. So anyway, I did try one of these when it first came out of the oven and it was still warm, but once they cool, the texture and the flavor is a little bit different. So I'm gonna give these another try, and this is a new item for this year. I have not tried these before, and I don't remember seeing these last year or the first year that I did this taste test. So let's give it a try. And it's still soft, so there was like no crunchiness there. It does feel a little crunchy maybe on the outside, but it's definitely still soft on the inside. This is definitely very chewy, and I was right, the outside has a little bit of crunch to it. It is not very pumpkin spicy. It is like a tiny, tiny, tiny hint of pumpkin spice. I feel like there's definitely a good bit of cinnamon, maybe a little bit of nutmeg and cardamom in there. I definitely think that it's not as pumpkin-y as I thought it would be, but I'm kind of okay with that. Okay, I think I'm ready to rate this, and I'm gonna give it a 3.5, 4, because I think for a mix it's pretty good, but it's also not wowing me. Like, I don't think it's the most amazing cookie I've ever had, which I really wouldn't expect from a mix anyway. Like, I never think that cookie mixes are that good. Would I get this again next year? Probably not. It really just isn't doing it for me, to be honest. I feel like I could replicate this cookie from scratch and it would be just as easy to make and probably taste a lot better. So that's how I feel about the pumpkin spice snickerdoodle cookie. Okay, next up is something that Kevin actually picked out, and he's already opened it. And it's these pumpkin spice teeny tiny pretzels with yogurt flavor coating and crushed pumpkin spice pumpkin seeds. So I've already tried these. Kevin really likes them. The bag is almost empty. And I don't need to try these again because I did not like them. I would say that they're probably 2, 3. They're not super disgusting, but they're not very good either. So I definitely would not get these again. I think he told me that he thought they were like a 4 or 5, so he said that he would get them again, but yeah, definitely not for me. Okay, this is another new one that I picked up this year, and I don't remember seeing this last year or the year before, but it is the all butter apple shortbread cookie, and I am a big sucker for shortbread. I love like a good buttery cookie, so I am really excited to try this one. Also, this like cover and this design is just so cute. I am definitely going to keep this boxing for my junk journal because I just think that the design is just absolutely gorgeous. So I'm trying to get the camera to focus on the design and not my face. There you go. Yeah, stunning, right? This is gonna look so great in my junk journal whenever I finally start making my junk journal. So I haven't tried this one yet, so let's open this up. This is what the packaging looks like. Toulouse is over there on the other side of the table, and he heard me open this bag, and he's like, oh, is that for me? Is that a treat? No, it's not. So initial thoughts upon opening this is that I smell apple. So that this could be a good sign. Oh, it's so cute. So this is what it looks like. It has a little apple imprinted in it, and Toulouse is up on the table because he wants to see what's going on. He's probably about to knock over all the bags I have up here. Yep, there he goes. Toulouse, come on, be a gentleman. Hey, Toulousey goosey. None of these are yours. You can be in the video, you just gotta sit down. Whoa. Hey, sit, sit, sit. So it also looks like there's some apple chunks in here. I'm not sure if you're able to see that on the camera. Maybe on this side. Yeah, that side you can see that there's apple chunks. Aw, poor Toulouse, buddy, you can't eat this. You can smell it though. Yeah, you're not gonna want that. All right, let's break this in half. That is not what I was expecting at all. Hang on, I feel like I need to eat this whole thing to fully review this product. So here's my thoughts on this shortbread cookie. It is not very buttery at all. It is very crunchy, and shortbread cookies typically have a crunch, but not, I don't know. The texture doesn't seem right for a shortbread cookie, but it's really just not buttery, and that's what I was hoping for. And the apple flavor is definitely there, but it is more of a fake apple flavor, if you get what I'm saying. It does say that there's dried apples in here, apple juice concentrate, natural flavor, which could be where I'm getting like the fake flavoring from. This is not what I was expecting at all. I was assuming there was gonna be just a lot more butter like you typically get in like those tin butter cookies or just any like store-bought shortbread cookie. I was definitely not expecting the flavor that I got. If I wasn't expecting all the buttery goodness from a shortbread cookie and didn't know what shortbread cookies tasted like or had never made them myself, I would say I probably wouldn't be as disappointed in this right now. So getting over the fact that I'm disappointed that it doesn't have what I would consider a shortbread flavor or texture to it, it probably would have a higher rating, but I'm gonna just have to go with like a 2. It's not that good. And it's like not even average. I would say it's like a little bit below average. So a 2. So I think that's fair. Am I going to eat them? Yes, I'm going to eat them. I might give a couple of them away. I know that Kevin's not gonna eat it. He's not into sweets like I am. But he's not going to eat this because he's not going to think that it's good. None of the stuff that I tried new this year is a 5-star rating. And I have 9 minutes left for the pumpkin cheesecake croissants to be done. So until then, we're going to go into some of my favorite Trader Joe's fall foods that I get every year. So one moment. All right, so first off, we got to talk about the fall leaf tortilla chips. And it's not that these are any better than any other tortilla chip. It's the fact they're these cute little leaf shapes, and they're just so perfect and adorable. And the best part about these is that there's also this, which is the fall harvest salsa. It has autumnal fruits and vegetables, including pumpkin, apples, and butternut squash. And this stuff, so good. So these together are a really great combo. But I do have another tortilla chip that I personally think is better than this one. And it's already been opened because Kevin already like dived into it, but it's the pumpkin tortilla chips. So Kevin already caught the top part of the bag, but these are the pumpkin ones. And that's a little one. Hold on, let me get you a bigger one. So this is what these look like. And they're actually really good. These also go well with the fall harvest dip. So typically every year we go and get these. We've just been eating these plain. So Kevin's a really big fan of tortilla chips, so he likes getting these every year, and they're like a great snack if you're like hungry and just want to have something like salty to munch on with a little bit of like the dip. It's just so good. So we typically get those every year. And the other thing that I got that I tend to get every year is in the freezer. So let me just go get that. The spicy pumpkin samosas. So this has spiced pumpkin and paneer filling wrapped in a crispy, flaky pastry. And I'm not a big fan of spicy stuff, so I don't think this is like too spicy. It's just the right amount of spice, and I absolutely love these things. And I haven't eaten them yet. I'm just waiting for like the right moment, the right time to dive into these. But yeah, highly recommend. We get these every single year. I did have another 5-star food that we got last year and this year, but it's already gone because we ate them all. And that was the apple cider donuts. They are so good. Last year was the first time that we tried them, and I just thought they were just so delicious, which is surprising because I am not a big donut person. I typically don't eat donuts. I worked at Dunkin' Donuts in high school and a bit in college, so donuts are just like a big turn off to me because I've spent a lot of years around donuts and making donuts and filling donuts, and it's just, yeah, not something I want. But those are really good, and they're gone, and they go bad pretty quickly, so I had to eat them. But yeah, highly recommend those as well. I'm gonna just like turn the lighting, the ISO up a little bit here because I feel like I'm looking orange red. Hopefully I can fix that. Okay, let's see. That's a little bit brighter, I think. Sorry, the light, like I said, the lighting keeps changing, so I'm trying to fix it for you. So I do have a couple honorable mentions that I really like, but I didn't pick them up this year. The first year I did this, I did a really, really big haul, and it was a lot. And with not working right now, I just could not afford to do something like that. So the first honorable mention is the rustic apple tart. I love this thing. It is so, so yummy. I got it last year, and I also got it in my first video. Just didn't feel like I really needed that this year because I already had those apple shortbread cookies, and Kevin and I are gonna do some sort of apple dessert bake-off in a couple of weeks. I think we're gonna go apple picking maybe this upcoming weekend, so I just didn't want all this apple dessert stuff like hanging around. The other honorable mention is Toscano cheese with cinnamon. So delicious. I got this the first year that I did the review, and I got it last year. It's really good to go in like a charcuterie board with the chips and the salsa, and then some berries and some meats and cheeses. A couple years ago, I think the year that I did the review the first time, I had a cozy movie night, and that's actually a video that you can check out. I'll post it. I think it's going to be up here if you want to check that one out later. And I put it on a charcuterie board that was like a coffin shape for a Halloween movie night. It was so cute. But anyway, yeah, delicious. I love cheese. I love charcuterie boards, and it was just perfect for fall and just so good. So highly recommend that. The next honorable mention is something that they have all year long, but it's still really good, and it's the maple leaf cookies. So it's like the 2 cookies and then inside is the maple cream, and those are really good. I just don't typically bother getting them unless I'm craving them because I know I have them all year long, but I think they're pretty good. I think they're better than any of the JoJo cookies that Trader Joe's has. I don't like the JoJo's. I preferred the maple leaf cookies. So the last honorable mention is something that I couldn't find this year or last year, and it was the pumpkin cinnamon rolls. I made these the first year that I did the fall foods review, and if you want to check those out, I have a clip or 2 of me making those in my autumn evening routine video, so I'll also put that up here, and then I'll put all that in the description box. So those cinnamon rolls were probably one of my favorites that out of that whole haul from the first year that I did this, and it's still one of my absolute favorites, and I can't find them, so I'm assuming that they don't make them anymore, which is really disappointing because they were really delicious. But if you can find them in your Trader Joe's, let me know in the comments below, because I don't understand why I can't find them. And if you have them, I want to know where you're located, because I'm gonna ask my Trader Joe's why I don't have them. Okay, so the pumpkin cheesecake croissant is just out of the oven. Doesn't look very pretty. It didn't look very pretty going in either. I'm gonna go cut this though. I just wanted you guys to see what this looked like before I chopped it into 4 pieces, because there's no way I'm going to be eating all this food. So I was going to chop this into 4 pieces, but it's just really runny, so I don't think that's going to work. So I'm just going to try it this way, and it looks really hot. I don't really think that this is cooked maybe the whole way. I don't know. It doesn't look like it's cooked the whole way. I don't know. The bottom looks like it's cooked though. Like I feel like if I put it back in the oven, it's gonna burn the puff pastry. So the pumpkin filling is not as warm or set up as I think it should be. It does say to remove them from the freezer and let them sit out for 20 minutes to thaw, which I let them sit for maybe 15-20 minutes. So maybe I just didn't let them sit out long enough. So I will do that with the next one, because the filling definitely didn't set up correctly the way I think it should be. And it's still really, really warm. So it's kind of hard to tell how it tastes because it's just so hot right now. I let the croissant cool down and gave it another taste, and I have to be honest, I really don't like this one either. There's just something about the pumpkin pie filling that I don't really like. I don't know. It isn't doing it for me. And I normally do like a good Danish, so I'm really surprised. I thought I would like these, because I love puff pastry and Danishes and stuff like that. And I even like the cheese Danish you get from Starbucks, and that's frozen and they heat it up. And I don't think that is like, I would rather eat that over this, which is really surprising. I mean, this wasn't horrible, but I'm gonna say like a 2 again. Yeah, it wasn't terrible, but it wasn't good either. This year, I'm just not picking good things to try, apparently, because so far I haven't really liked any of them. Out of all of them, it's definitely these cookies, which I've already put in a little container. These are definitely the best things that I picked up this year, and I don't even think that they're that great. So out of all the new stuff that I tried this year, I will not be picking it up again. Definitely just isn't worth it to me. So that's kind of disappointing. None of these are going to be going on that top 5 buy every year list, but it is what it is. The other thing that I wanted to mention that we got this year that we were like, yeah, we're definitely going to get another one of these next year, is not a food item, but it's the cinnamon brooms that they have. And we put this above our entry door, and for the first week and a half that we put it up there, it just made our whole apartment smell like cinnamon, which was amazing. And even when we were walking up the stairway to our apartment, we could smell the cinnamon the closer we got to our door. And I don't really smell it now. It's been about 3-ish weeks, so maybe the smell dissipated or I just got used to it. But it was really nice for the first couple weeks to get that nice waft of like cinnamon no matter where I was at in my apartment. And I definitely am gonna replace it next year. I think I'm just going to let it sit up there through the whole year and then just replace it every year. So that was pretty cool to get one of those. So if you like cinnamon, I highly recommend checking out those brooms. But I will say that cinnamon is not pet friendly. So you definitely want to keep it somewhere that your animals can't get to it. So like that's why it's above our door where my cats can't chew it, because trust me, if Toulouse could chew on that thing, he would, because he chews on everything, because he's weird. So that wraps up the 2024 Fall Trader Joe's Taste Test and Food Haul. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure that you like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. I do have a couple more autumnal themed videos coming up, and I think I'm going to sprinkle some more of those in through maybe the middle of November. We'll see how many videos I get to crank out. But thank you so much for watching, and I can't wait to connect with you in the next video.